a skill from to +1 to a level that you already have a skill at.
What?
Like, let's say your decking is level 3, and you have guns at level 4. When you hit a major milestone, you could move your decking up to level 4 because you already have
What?
your gun skill there. Like, let's say your firearms.
Oh, is there any way of increasing my level 4 skill to level 5 if I don't have a level 5?
You need to. I think you need to keep the pyramid or something.
I know how it works in the original Shadowrun, but I don't know about with the Big 4 rules.
Ah, yes, the original Shadowrun, where you have 6 pounds of six-siders on hand.
Yeah.
Where there are so many rules and sub-rules that it would take a mad genius or just an insane person to make sense of it all.
Or a regular pen and paper role player.
Hey.
Don't distract me with your logic.
So you can advance skills with significant milestones and above, but you must keep a skill column. So
in order to get something from +4 to +5, I would have to get a whole bunch of new skills to fill out the bottom pyramid.
No, not pyramid. Columns.
Column.
So you can move your
So you can
+4
only
to
have
+5,
as
and then
many +5 skills as you have +4 skills, as you have +3 skills, etc.
Oh, I see. So you can't have 2 +5 skills and 1 +4 skill.
Yeah.
However, I could get my, I could, for example, get my resources skill to +4 and then my magic skill to +5, and then I would be able to. Okay, I understand it.
Yeah, though you can't have top-heavy skills. Does that make sense?
Can't have top. Oh, that's what?
So, like, you can't have more higher level skills than you have the lower level skills to support them.
Yeah.
So, also that's the link for the Roll20 thing.
what healing?
I believe we covered it that it was biomedics or something like that. Wait, no, biotech.
Biotech. Physical healing is biotech. Oh yeah, you guys have a whole bunch of consequences to deal with.
Which means, guess what, everybody?
So we had our. So we had the ability to switch out one of our level 1 skills with another level 1 skill, right?
Yeah, swap the position of 2 adjacent skills, or swap out a level 1 skill for a new level 1 skill.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get biotech and replace it with my resource.
Oh, what's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Well, I can't heal myself. Can I?
Oh,
I didn't know that actually.
Sure.
I didn't.
It doesn't actually say that you can't heal yourself. You could totally heal yourself.
Oh, it says. Cool. So I'm gonna do that because holy fuck.
But what
When I
consequences
become
do you guys all have?
conscious, completely drained, moderate.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
Guys,
I'm basically like, the only thing I can do really right now is cast this biotech. That's all I can do for the moment.
I have the mild consequence days and the moderate consequence ruined arms. All I wanted to do was ride a golem into victory. That's all I wanted.
Well, too bad. Your hopes were crushed.
So with
They
the
also got
biotech,
crashed though, so I mean...
So if you want to heal a consequence,
okay, that's it.
you
That's
have
it.
to roll that.
I have to hit a 4.
Slip
Two.
says he needs the link.
Slip, just log into the Roll20 site normally and then go to the Shadowrun session through that.
Yeah, the Shadowrun campaign is tied to your account.
What I was gonna say was, so I have to roll a 4 to get rid of my moderate. Or I have to get a +4 total to get rid of a moderate consequence. If I get a +2, does it just go down to mild then? Like if I don't hit the mark that I am positive over 2, does it go down to a mild consequence instead?
I don't think so.
I'm guessing the way it works, if it goes according to wound systems from other pen and paper role-playing systems, it would be if you have a moderate consequence and you roll a +4, it goes down to mild.
Oh, hold on. If you are trying to perform the recovery action on yourself, increase the difficulty by 2 steps.
Okay, so
So if you want to heal yourself, you would have to roll against Fantastic.
well, I can't. I actually physically cannot do that. So, Rio?
Oh, so now you trust me, do you?
I really didn't think I could heal myself to begin with, but
Schmoll, -4.
Hold on, Waltz. I'll pull up an example character sheet.
my completely drained
Take a
turns
look.
into cancer.
I didn't know when it said first and last name, I was gonna put that as my username.
You can change it
I
Once you make
did
your
change
character.
it, but it didn't save, I don't think.
once you make the character.
Okay.
Well, just remember, as I told you last time, my biotech is only at fair, so that's just a +2.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Thou hast been warned. Now you must pray to the RNG gods and to Raptor Jesus.
I did decide that the facilities of unknown shape for healing consequences for mental consequences, right?
So that's a 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So it begins.
Qichin. How many turns does it take just out of combat? Or how long does it take for moderate to go down the fair when you're not in combat?
So let's see, that is 1.
That's a 1.
A mild consequence takes a scene to heal. A moderate consequence takes a session. And a severe consequence takes a whole
That is
scenario.
2.
So, moderate consequence takes a what?
A session.
A session. Okay.
And we usually have 2 scenes per session.
So I'm sitting out.
Wait, so that means a mild consequence would go away at the end of the whole tower scene, assuming we
If
have
you
medical
heal it.
attention?
Yeah, if you apply medical attention.
Do we have to apply medical attention before a scene, or can we consider the scene as time spent if I get medical attention right after?
What? No. Like if you do it, at the end of the scene, and then you get medical attention, provided you manage to heal, then you would still have to wait another scene.
Okay, what if you don't? What if it doesn't effectively heal it?
What do you mean if it doesn't effectively heal?
Okay, so he just failed the roll. He did not heal my moderate wound. If it is just left there, how long will it take before the moderate goes down to mild or disappears?
Didn't we have some sort of hot tub for this stuff?
It's only
Mental
mental.
consequences.
Yeah, because frickin' Mr. Mage over here.
Why would I care about physical consequences? It's for relaxing.
Well, I just look at your arms right now.
So,
Shut up, I can move things with my mind.
Ah, god damn it, that's it. I'm building something.
how exactly do I make a character?
You come up with a concept, and then we try to shoehorn the concept into reality, while constantly criticizing you.
Qichin, you wanna handle helping him make the character, or I can walk him through it?
You guys can talk a bit about the world in general while I make up an example.
Alright, so Shadowrun is the future of the 80s, basically.
Okay.
That's the best way to describe it. I'm just gonna pull up the floor plan.
Also, Mr. Evan Hessent, I have made a decision. Your name shall now forever, from this point on, be known as Wally.
Basically, it's cyberpunk, a cyberpunk future of the 80s. The internet is still like BBC code boards and all that sort of stuff, and it's called the Matrix. So you jack into the Matrix, and then you go to where you want to go to find what you want to find, kind of thing. No cell phones, or very few cell phones. It's not like common that
They're
everybody has
PDAs.
one. Yeah, they're more PDAs than anything else.
There's no wireless, basically.
There's some pagers, sure. But yeah, think of the 80s, and if it was futurized, that's the best thing I can, like, the easiest way I can describe it. Everybody's, like, the Deckers are seen as, like, really cool, you know, especially in a cyberpunk universe. That's, I don't know, somebody...
What are you asking?
Describe Shadowrun, the universe.
Didn't you just do that? Or,
I
well,
was gonna say, that's, I can't think of anything else to expand on.
Okay.
Walt, you know the really cliche cyberpunk world?
Yeah.
Like neon lights fucking everywhere. There's a dark side of every single town. That's Shadowrun.
Okay.
There's robots around. There's people with cybernetic enhancements. There's people who are elite hacksaws. It's pretty much the most cliche because Shadowrun it was almost the start or around the start of the whole cliche in the first place. I don't actually know the history of cyberpunk cliche-ness.
Yeah, it's just like to give you an example, right? I was watching a Shadowrun session, and like they were sitting there, they're like, and they wanted to know if there's like a hotel that's only for runners, kind of like in John Wick, right? You know, where only the elitist can get into it and that sort of stuff. And the DM thought for a minute, he's like, you know what, this is the future of the 80s. They definitely have something like that. You know, it's just like as cliche as you could possibly get. That's what this is.
Okay.
And our Decker currently is not the elitist, so we can never get into that hotel. So.
Maybe I should start from the beginning.
He's trying to ask us to fix him up.
Now you should heal me because I have 2 consequences.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'll heal, or I'll attempt to heal Ninja.
What's your bonus?
+1.
I don't. The person with +2. Try.
Alright, I just made an example character that everyone can see.
Conroy.
But why doesn't the person with +2 bio
So-
calculate? What's the...
Alright, I'll
told me it
try
was
and
limited.
explain the world a bit more. So the story of the world is that in 2012 magic came back, end of the Mayan calendar and all that. So people started being born as elves and dwarves, dragons started awakening, people turned into orcs and trolls and all that stuff. People were able to wield magic. And the other big thing that happened around that time is that through a couple of really stupid Supreme Court decisions, corporations had extraterritoriality and the right to have private armies and all the their own laws and rules on their own property and all that. So we are playing in 2050 and mega corporations basically control the world. There are still countries, but these countries have very weak governments, and the actual power lies in a handful of powerful corporations, the AAA corporations or the AA corporations. And and in Shadowrun, everyone plays a Shadowrunner. So you are expendable, off-the-books mercenaries hired for espionage or sabotage or kidnapping or assassination or any other kind of work that people don't want to have traced back to them. And because it's all about big corporations trying to gain an edge on over each other without starting a big war or anything stupid like that, they all use Shadowrunners for any kind of covert ops.
Okay.
And Shadowrunners are typically people who grew up on the streets or didn't grow up rich enough to afford a good job or didn't want to be a wage slave for the corporations. And yeah, they're normal people mostly that just grew up in a rough environment and basically just do these jobs because they need to pay rent.
Okay.
So you're not some kind of big hero trying to save the world. Some of them might think they are, but most of them are just like, yeah, I'm a mercenary, I do this for the thrill, or I do this for the money, or I do this because I don't have any other choice. And that's
samurai with different honor codes.
Yeah, and that's basically it. So there's a whole sub-society that's built up around Shadowrunning. So you have your Shadowruns, you have clubs and hotels and whatnot built around meeting points. You have something that calls themselves Mr. Johnson. Those are contacts from corporations or from private people or whoever else wants to hire Shadowrunners. You have fixers who provide information, who connect the Mr. Johnsons with the runners, or who find buyers and sellers for tools and weapons and pay data and all that stuff.
Okay.
And the world at large knows about Shadowrunning, so they know, oh yeah, Shadowrunners, those exist, just like we in the real world are like, oh yeah, spies and secret agents, those exist. But we don't really know anything about them other than from movies or books or other romanticized accounts. And it's the same thing with Shadowrunners. So the average Joe on the street, if you ask him, like, do you know Shadowrunners? He's like, yeah, I heard of that, but then he can't really tell you what they exactly do. And that's probably a good thing. So that's basically the setting in a nutshell. As for the rules, we're not using the Shadowrun rules themselves. So Shadowrun is a game in itself with a setting and a rule set. We're only using the setting. We're using a universal rule set called Fate Core, or an adaptation of Fate Core, because it's much simpler and much quicker to run.
Though I'm accidentally making the magical more complicated than Qichin wants.
Yeah, more than I'd anticipated.
But that's I don't think anyone else is doing magic really, so
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, there's a couple of handouts. If you check on the right-hand side of Roll20, on the top, you can see certain tabs. Do you have the tab journal?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple of handouts in there. Like a map of North America, Seattle. We're playing in Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle's huge now, by the way. It's like massive. It spans over most of Western Washington. Yeah, most of Western Washington is as far as on the side of the Sound is Seattle, and you'll see.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah, most cities now are metroplexes, so they cover a lot of the previous suburb area and all the smaller towns around it and just kind of merged. So Seattle right now has something like 30 million inhabitants.
Yeah.
So there's magic, there's cybernetics, there's the Matrix, which is the new internet, and there's deckers for that who hack in. There's all sorts of crazy things. Cyberpunk. It's kind of like cyberpunk and fantasy mixed.
Mm-hmm. I healed ninjas lightly, by the way. I got a 2 on my roll, plus so.
Alright, if you're healing a consequence, what you then do is you rename the consequence into something that represents it being healed at the moment, or recovering at the moment. So destroyed arms would become something like, I don't know, in a cast.
But because it ends at the end of the scene, by the time we leave the high out again, it'd just be gone, wouldn't it?
The minor ones, yes. The moderate ones, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because I healed the, because I know the, so basically he doesn't really need to write anything in there, because by the time we...
Yeah, any minor ones that you guys heal up are gone by the start of the adventure.
So basically we went back to our base. Paper's character is all here, have these medications, and I, or whatever, I ate them, or swallowed them, and then I drank myself into oblivion temporarily.
With your destroyed arms.
Yes, wait, fuck, how do I drink with my destroyed arms?
You use a straw.
Someone else needs to...
You dunk a straw straight into a vodka bottle.
I get him a bendy straw to fit into a vodka bottle, yes.
Yes, you just put a straw in the mage's mouth and I will go around like that with a straw sticking out of the mouth for emergency booze drinking when it's required.
But I'd like to just paint the picture of he accepts these random pills from a big muscly dude who doesn't look like he knows anything about healing whatsoever. And literally just got his healing less than 10 minutes ago.
But yeah, so I still need my moderate consequence tended to if someone wants to look at that.
What are you guys doing? Because I'm not following any of this right now.
Trying to heal people. Do you have any consequences?
No,
of course not.
Stupid.
He didn't try to ride a golem into battle.
Right into the guard and started hitting everything.
Oh yeah, I was at one legendary guard.
But yeah, Waltz, if you just take a look at the character, I'll kind of explain a bit about how character creation works.
For everyone.
I should also strongly consider getting athletics.
What do I need to, or what are you guys using to heal people?
Biotech.
Physical injuries, yeah, biotech.
Okay, I have an average in biotech.
Whoa, heal me!
You already...
No, he failed.
You only get one attempt per thing, don't you?
One attempt per scene.
How exactly do I edit a character?
I will wait. I think I will have to create you one. Yeah, hold on. I'll have to create you one.
Ninja, what's your moderate rune?
Ruined arms.
Healed Ninja. At least when I'm drained, I can still tank. That's why I'm here.
So, what, I just roll?
Yeah, and then
guess.
do it again, and then add your bonus.
Okay, I just made
So
an
what do I
empty
have to
character.
be?
Well, does one person with the healing don't roll yet? Does one person with the healing skill? I think they're able to. Are they able to attempt multiple with multiple people? They just can't attempt multiple times on the same person, right?
Yeah, you can only be healed once per scene.
Okay.
So everyone with biotech can work together then, because you can use your biotech to create advantage for other people to
Yes,
use
you
their
can.
biotech.
Fear me, mortals, for I have biotech +2!
It's the same difficulty as straight up healing someone.
It's all right. Work together, fix my arms.
Yes, but I know that I'm probably the only one with a decently high biotech.
I'll make cool magic things for you all later, when I don't have ruined arms.
When you can hold your bottle like a big boy.
When I can hold my bottle,
Alright.
yes.
So how do stats work exactly?
Alright, so this game doesn't actually have stats. I'll talk you through the character sheet. If you check Conroy's character sheet, because it already has stuff written in it.
For all Conroy, I can see bio and info, and that's the only thing I can see. It won't let me see anything else.
There's no character sheet?
No, it's just nothing.
We can't look at each other's character sheets.
Oh, you
Yeah,
cannot.
he has to make his own character sheet, but you can see everybody's character sheet, Qichin.
We can only see everyone else's bio.
Okay, can you see it now?
You just...
Now we can.
Okay, good. You can also meddle in it, but just please don't.
Isn't there a view only option?
Apparently not. I was looking for it. But yeah. The character sheet. So the top is really just name and short description. And then you have 5 aspects. Aspects are what is important to your character and your character's story. Like what creates dramatic tension. So you can see you have 5. The first one is your meta type or your archetype, which in this case is a downtrodden human investigator. So the important part is that you have your meta type, which is your race, and then something that explains your profession, and then you can kind of modify it slightly if you want. Then you have a trouble aspect, which is some flaw. It can either be a personal flaw, or it can be a relationship flaw, like you have an enemy, or you need to take care of, I don't know, your teenage sister, or whatever else. Then you have an origin, which is what made this character become a Shadowrunner. Something pivotal in their life that put them on this path.
Okay.
Then a style. This is really, that's the most open one. You can just say kind of how you approach Shadowrunning, or how you approach life, or a world view, or anything like what you're really good at as a Shadowrunner.
Alright, by the way, since he's making a character, and my character's pretty much fucked right now, he'll take my spot on the run, however you guys want to roleplay that out, going for Sweet Dave, and Pod will just be trying to heal.
Oh, but Pod, who will we have to toss those wit like rape your wits?
What?
Exactly. Moving on.
You don't have to sit out.
That's
I'll
right.
never hit anything with my consequence.
No, go meet Shield.
No, come along. You can be a blood sacrifice for powerful magic.
Alright, so Pod just sits in front of everybody all session. Let's go.
No.
You don't have to hit anything if I throw you at them.
True story.
Anyway, I'll finish explaining
Use
aspect.
Pod as a battering ram.
Yeah, we can toss you and then you can try biting them once you're on the ground.
Oh no, Qichin, we need to figure out how rolling for creating advantage for healing would work.
It's the same difficulty as actually trying to heal the thing. So whoever wants to support, I am guessing Rio will be healing. So whoever wants to support him, just try and make a roll.
Wait.
And if you
That makes no sense.
Wait.
Why would we use 2 healers using the same mark when the end result would be the same as if 1 healer got it? You know what I mean? Okay, so let's say I roll a 4, which would heal a consequence, right?
Yeah.
But that's just for the advantage for another healer, right? Why not just heal the moderate rune instead?
You are right.
Yeah.
You are
So
very
that-
right. It's 2 easier.
That doesn't make sense.
That's 2 steps easier.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had a
the
brain
advantage.
fart there. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's two
How
steps easier.
does refresh and fate? Like, what do I put for that?
That gets calculated at the end. First,
I
you
will
want to
agree
come
the
up with
advantage for
a
slip.
concept. Right, so
Okay.
like what kind of a runner you want to play. And then we'll go through creation step by step. One last thing, the last aspect is a contact aspect. So it's your most important contact. Like every Shadowrunner has contacts because information and people you know is super important. But this is your most important one, either because it's the most powerful or because it's the one you have the closest relationship to, or the one you call up most often, or whatever else. So you put down the contact and what kind of relationship you have with that person.
Okay.
Right, so various concepts. You can play like anything that you might think of in like a Cyberrun fantasy setting. So you can play a classic mage, you can play a shaman, you can play an adept, so we already have 2 on the team, who is kind of someone who focuses magic into himself or herself and then becomes really good at typically martial arts or combat. You can play a street samurai who uses a lot of cybernetics to become a very powerful warrior. You can play a sneak, you can play a face, you can play an
What are traits in
investigator.
a face?
You could play. We already have a decker and a rigger, or someone who does both. But you can think about, I don't know, a security specialist, a bounty hunter,
Healer.
a
Healer.
Actually, you know what we really need? We need a better decker, because that's fun.
You can play an engineer. You can play
Dwarf.
like a demolitions expert. There's a lot
I
of.
wish I created a healer.
I'm just gonna state this. What's needed currently?
A healer. Really badly.
Well, what you could, like, there's a bunch of, like, you can specialize in one thing, but then have
Okay.
off skills for another.
Yeah. Like if you look at the
can-
skills on the character sheet, you have a great skill, 2 good skills. Those are typically the ones you excel with a lot, and then you have 7 more skills that are 8 more basic skills that you can fall back on.
Like, for example, I'm the face. I'm playing a dwarven mage, so I have skills for both, but I'm specializing in both. Well, it's not specializing at that point, but
Huh.
I just realized I have a whole bunch of Google Docs files. If you want to, I can share the folder with you.
God damn it!
Are you guys just failing this? What the fuck?
We just failed every roll.
I'm pretty sure
We failed
broke
every
his
single
words.
one.
They were.
We're back.
I was just.
Rio tries to heal him, looks at his arms and is like, nope. He will indeed it.
You have cancer. It just leaves me on the table. It's like.
Yeah, no.
So can I try to
Tell us when the
heal?
scene changes.
Can I try to heal paper now or no?
Every
you don't have
healer
enough.
can attempt. No.
Wait, yeah,
Every
you do.
healer
Never mind,
can
never mind. Yeah,
attempt to heal every other person, but you can only be attempted to be healed. That's a bad way of phrasing it.
No, you can
Once.
try and heal yourself. Oh yeah, that's yeah. You can try and heal as many people as you want, but every person can only, yeah, as Ninja said, be attempted to be healed. There needs to
Let
be a
us
better
know.
way of saying that.
Qichin, let us know when the scene changes, so that we can attempt this all again.
You still need to get the engineer to the guy.
Yeah.
Tiny question. Okay, not a question, just an update. My next project with engineering, I'm gonna try to figure out to create something for all this injury stuff.
Or someone just starts leveling biotech.
I don't think we have enough time to create any devices that are useful.
That's why I said it's a project.
Yeah. We'll get down to something eventually.
Well,
Wait
if
for
you
that.
want to give me your email address, I can share the Google Docs folder with you.
I'll send it in chat then.
Don't do it in the Roll20 chat.
Time to
Don't do it in the Roll20 chat.
time to sign you up for all of the spam.
You can do
Being
it in
streamed.
Great Call chat, but I'm streaming Roll20, so
Yeah, there you go.
So let's
You'll be getting
do
porn
it.
spam all day.
Let's do a roll call here. Who is hurt? Who isn't hurt? Who has what? What's going on? Where do we
so
end
I'm
up?
hurt, and Ninja's hurt. We have to wait. Wait, Rio, are you hurt?
I fixed myself for my mild consequence.
Okay. Rio's no longer hurt, so when the scene changes, we need to... Which is basically once we start getting our next job kind of thing. After we finish this job, the scene should change. After we bring the engineer guy to the persons. And then we can try and heal up me and Ninja. And what it'll be is, Slip, you'll try and create an advantage for Rio, because he has a higher one, and then he'll try and heal us.
Guys, I have a tiny question.
Yes.
We're gonna get paid after this, correct? After we turn the guy in.
That's what all this is
Like,
about.
just go to the hospital.
After we turn this guy in, we're not getting paid yet.
So, the trouble aspect is like something you're just having trouble with, correct? Or like...
yeah. It's, if you, do you have access to the Google Docs folder?
I don't know where it is.
Log into
You
Google
should have
Docs.
gotten an email link. Like
Oh, you sent it to your email?
Yeah.
You're quick.
Yeah, if you read through that first, just read through the entire thing first. It'll give you a good idea. And then when you start creating your character, that's the best time to ask questions.
Yeah, there's two documents, mainly parts of the character that explains all the different parts that a character has. And then a skill description, which is basically all the skills in the game along with how they work and a couple of ideas for stunts. Well, you kind of. Counting money is not as important. Yeah, I'm not going to be counting, oh, you guys need this and that much money, and then count down to the
But if we
single
want to
yen.
buy something, we need money.
Well, yeah, we'll
You use
still
resource
kind of
skills, Pat.
we'll do a hybrid system, I suppose. Like if you want to buy something, you roll against resources.
Like, I actually brought this up with you, Qichin. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I do.
Like, I think that's what we decided, what I said there. Or not we decided, but
No,
that's
yeah,
what I suggested and you agreed with it.
you get bonuses, like you get temporary, what are they called again? Boosts or aspects on your resource checks. I mean, you have a lot of other payments, like dock wagon
Like-
contracts and shit like that.
We all have our own other sources of income. Like, I have a +3 in resources. I'm fairly richish.
+3 is
That's
already
why I
pretty good. Pretty well off.
That's
I'm-
why I
I'm-
have an underground bunker.
I'm +1. I'm okay. I'm not, living in a ditch, but I'm, If you played the Shadowrun game, the actual first game, Shadowrun Returns, that's probably what my apartment looks like.
Who cares about your apartment? We have an underground bunker.
Indeed.
I spent all of my points from resources and character creation for this bunker.
Hey, but one nice thing about my low-end apartment, not even roaches want to be there.
I don't think we have roaches in the bunker. It's made of cement.
I'm talking about my apartment.
We don't have roaches either. Bunker though.
Okay, so
Plus one resource.
what we already have in the
When are we,
party.
when are we starting the Fallout roleplay, by the way? Can we have the nuclear bombs go up everywhere and rid us all of the bunker?
So, read through all of that. Learn it, love it, live it, kind of thing.
What the?
You never heard that before?
No.
This is your Bible. Learn it, love it, live it.
Paper, you forgot something important. His name is not Waltz, it is Wally.
Wow.
So, read through that while we're doing our thing, so that you can get familiarized with the rules, and towards the end of the session, once you've read through it all, and you think you understand it, then we can go through and help you with your character creation.
It looks like a lot right now, but a lot of it is also like examples.
Yeah, thanks for actual Docs, since this is actually explaining it a lot better.
Alright. So, is that resolved?
I'm gonna read through all of it before I even start.
Okay.
Well, do you want an idea for a character who we don't currently have in the party?
We need a shaman.
Yes, we could have that. I was actually considering something else, but that would work.
I'm fine with really anything for the character.
But I was going to say,
By the
we
way-
don't have anyone who's going to be... Actually, wait, the troll might do this, but we don't have anyone who's going to specialize into cybernetics, as in, like, body enhancements, because almost everyone here is an adept.
So like a street samurai, basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, cybernetics and magic. Sorry, I cut you off, Slip.
No, I was just saying the troll is gonna specialize in
Bro,
cybernetics. He
don't
already
mix
has a
with the
cyber.
magic.
He already has a cyber arm, so.
Yeah. But yeah,
And the other
magic and
choice is,
cybernetics don't mix.
If
Yeah,
you
you
want
can't
to play, a type of character we don't have is an adept decker, as in an adept who uses their adept abilities to enhance their mind.
That doesn't really work,
It doesn't?
Yeah.
because as a decker you need cyberware.
Yeah, you do.
Rip.
Shaman.
You need
So, like,
you need at least one data jack. You need a data jack. You need chip jacks. You might need some headwear. So
Basically, the more cyberware you have, Waltz, the less human you are. So you have a lower, what is it called in this game?
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a lower essence, and when you hit 0, you are a husk of a human being.
Or a troll being,
Okay,
or
then.
being.
Yeah. Which is why. Yeah. Magic casters need their essence so they don't get cybered.
Yeah.
If you have no essence, forget magic.
Basically, imagine your body as like a holding pool for magic, right? And every time you replace a certain body part with cybernetics, you're reducing your max magic power.
That's actually a pretty good way
Yeah.
of explaining it.
Okay, so while he reads through all that, we need to get this guy to his, to the contact.
Okay. First, at the start of every session, your refresh. So check how many fate points you have, as represented by the cards, and check how many you can maximize, like what your refresh is, and then you get that.
I need 3.
I took advantage of my consequences a ton last time, so I actually have the amount of stuff I should right now.
Wait, how much do you need?
3.
Okay. Anyone else missing missing edge?
What are we looking at again?
You
how
have
much
3
edge
edge
do
right
you-
now.
Do you need to start?
I got 2 edge.
How edgy are you?
Yeah.
I'm right there on the mother effing bleeding edge, man.
Are
Slip,
you
you actually have.
on a scale of 0 to Shadow the Hedgehog? How edgy are you?
What?
I am Meadow Sonic the Hedgehog edge.
Gotta go fast.
I have a refresh of 2.
Which means you
Okay.
have more edge than you start with typically, which is good. You get to keep it.
I think I used consequences like 3 times to get myself edge last time.
You did, yeah.
riding a golem into battle.
Well, I think that is one of the things that got me edge, because I decided that it was too difficult for me to walk or something like that. So, road golem.
Yeah. Okay, so are we all good with our edge?
Right,
I really like the edge system though, because it means that if you roleplay wounds, you get in-game bonuses.
I understand it, but can you give me? I understand the concept, but I'm just having a bit of trouble with trouble aspect.
Like,
So, my trouble aspect, for example, is can't put down the bottle. I'm always getting drunk.
Okay.
If I don't go to the bar constantly. I mean, I will go to the bar constantly of my own choice, but I don't feel obligated and forced to go to the bar necessarily. But once I start drinking, I won't stop.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, mine is social drinker, so if other people are drinking, I will drink.
It makes the rest fair.
We've tried to stage an intervention, but you keep dodging.
Just keep
My
drinking.
athletics is really high. I actually dodge bullets.
It's happening.
Damn, son.
So with the aspects, you don't always want something that's purely positive or purely negative.
It's
That's
yeah.
good.
I read that you want it like double edged.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Yeah. Bringing back to what I was
Double-edged
talking about earlier, if the more negative your aspect is, the easier it is to use it to give yourself edge in game.
Yeah, there's something called edge, which is a pool of points that you can use to make your dice rolls easier. And you
Basically,
get that,
generally.
yeah, or luck, or whatever else you want to define it as. And you mainly get that by having your negative aspects, or the negative sides of your aspects, used against you.
Okay.
And basically, if you can take your aspects and bullshit your way enough that Qichin allows you, you can get bonuses on your rolls as well.
By using edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can spend edge
Like,
and on
like-
an aspect.
well, like, I don't have Intimidate, but I can use my body skill to intimidate by cracking my knuckles, because I'm a Stone Fist Orc.
It'd be a lot
break your
easier.
own arm next time and to intimidate people. Be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier if you actually bought a stunt for that. Then you wouldn't
For
have to spend
Intimidate?
edge every time. Buy a body
Yeah, but
stunt.
then Yeah, but then I'd have to. Well, I mean, I've only needed to use it twice, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this time. I'm not going to be able to amaze people because I'm not going to be able to use my attribute boost.
Unless you want a
Otherwise, I might
severe
die.
consequence.
I was going to say, I might die. So I'm going to my tank route with my heavy armor suit.
Oh, and here I thought he was going to use you as a lookout. Hey, is everything going on? Oh no, okay out there. Oh, okay, he's dying. You found them.
Alright.
So,
you guys are still trying to find that runaway Novatech. No, not Novatech. The other company. Forgot the name.
Runaway contact. You can just
No,
call
not
that.
the contact. The runaway CEO guy. The Mr. Johnson. That's sold you out.
Yeah. And then also, currently,
I know where he is.
currently what we're doing is we're doing this favor for Baron Zombie. I'm sure it's Baron Zombie to get a favor from him to find out who this guy is to set us up.
I can't find the adventure anymore. Who is this?
That's what we were doing.
By the way, I have the best plan for when we finally find him.
What are you gonna ride your golem into battle again and watch him
No,
take his
no,
legs
not
off?
even. I'll just walk into the room that he's in or whatever, and he'll he expecting us to murder him, and I'll be like, "All right, so about that danger pay."
Broken arms.
Next time, keep blow him up.
Well, I mean, I did get him to promise danger pay if it was more dangerous than expected.
That's so true.
I'll just walk in, like, about that danger pay.
No, wait. We should bring you in on a wheelchair to really sell this.
I think my legs, I think my arms will be fine by the time we find him.
Alright.
No, if we're gonna do this, we're doing it all the way.
Alright.
There we go.
Okay,
So the CEO of Teltronics, who sold you guys out, you're still looking for him, and your current Mr. Johnson has info that he was willing to give you guys for this job.
wait, Qichin, what? We were contacted. We didn't know who Mr. Johnson was. We tried finding him. We couldn't find him. We were contacted by somebody who's probably a Decker. The guy I kept calling Baron Zombie. In return for doing this favor by getting this guy out of this corp and bringing him to his new job, we were going to get information on him.
Yeah, but he already gave you a little bit of info,
Oh, okay.
He
saying
gave us
that
a t-shirt to whet our appetite.
that the guy you're looking for is CEO of Teltronics
Electronics. Okay.
and not Novatech.
Okay, so I assume we just go to the rally point to take this guy here, and me sitting in the back of the car.
Yes,
So-
Flip.
Alright, so to recap, you were hired by a guy who claimed to be from Novatech to steal the pocket secretary
From Teltron.
from Teltronics. And then,
Wasn't even real. It was a mock-up.
yeah, it wasn't even a real thing. And then, he sold you guys out during the delivery. And now the current Mr. Johnson has info on the CEO, who is, like, your sworn enemy or something, and has told you that he actually works for Teltronics and not Novatech.
Mhm.
So he paid you to
wanted
rob his own
stuff,
company.
stuff, people.
Yeah.
Who knows? He probably figured the phone went so well or something.
Alright, so you got this engineer in payment to get the info.
To get more info.
More info, yes.
There you go, Qichin.
Yay.
So we need to take this engineer to the meeting place for so that we can get the more information.
Size 100 is what you want, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys get a meeting place. It's around the corner of a quiet pub somewhere in the Barrens. So not in the pub itself, but like in an alley.
Wait. Did you just say the pub is named the Quiet Pub?
No.
Because that would be the greatest name.
Right, okay, it is now named
know what
the
the name
Quiet
of this
Pub.
pub is. And you stick with all of it.
Like, I'm just imagining a pub called the Quiet Pub that Shadowrunners meet at that is most definitely not a quiet pub.
No, maybe it's a gentleman's club.
Alright. So
Gentlemen's clubs can mean many things.
I lumber out of the car and just kind of stand there, look really tired.
Right, so you have this is street. And then you have the quiet pub, which is
Oh yes, squares.
And then we have that Novitech wet work team coming in at us from the alley over there.
actually no. I like a corner entrance.
May I suggest a different color of bug other than yellow and white?
What other color is beer?
Brown.
Brown.
Brown for
Dark
the...
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
should make
telling
it
me you're from
red.
Germany and you've never seen a dark
We aren't
beer?
we aren't drinking piss in here.
Maybe you are. Well, in
Maybe
Shadowrun,
we are,
maybe you
but
are.
nonetheless.
No, no, you are, because I know you're putting the drinks.
But yeah, here. Corner entrance pub like that, and then the meeting place is in the alley behind it. Kinda like there. There's a couple of dumpsters.
We're meeting
Against
in
the
an alley.
wall. Yeah, so you can kinda hand over a bound guy without raising too many eyebrows.
I'm guessing we should drive into it slightly so people don't see us moving him into the alleyway.
Yeah, the alleyway is just wide enough for a car. At least,
Probably right here.
Back
yeah,
up
that
into it,
part.
anyway.
That part is. The other part is not. So you guys can kind of like back into the alley like that with your car.
I would, before we even get to this meeting here, I would suggest that somebody get out and check the other entrance before we back into an alley.
I do that.
That's the
I can
back
have my
entrance
drums
of the
pulled
pub.
loud.
Yeah, have the Decker go check the other side.
The Decker's drone. The Decker's not going.
But where are you
Go
going?
4-0. Fulfill your destiny.
Don't you guys have your tokens, or do I have to drag them on again?
We have token.
We have tokens?
Oh wait, yeah, you have to move them over from the other map. Would be
This is gonna
cool.
get messy.
I believe you can just select, group them all up together and select them all and copy paste them. That's what I did in the other D&D session.
I can't select them all at once, but let me try. Oh hey, there we go.
It's Ninja.
The broken arm bastard.
Does that work?
We have a huge car.
Yes,
You
we
can
got
fit like 20 of me in this car.
Why is it not copying? Also, it needs to be a bit bigger. There we go.
it for cheap at the dealership. Which, by dealership, I mean a junkyard.
There you go. Now you can only fit like. Okay, that's actually a correct size car now.
There we go.
Oh, that's me.
I forgot who that was.
Me.
Oh, that's you?
So make this proper size.
There needs to be an easier way to handle tokens.
I'm betting there's a way of like attaching tokens to a character, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out at some point. There we go. Okay, that's all of you, I think. Yeah.
Alright.
By the way, you have to click a checkbox in our settings for the tokens, Qichin, in order to make it so that we can see names underneath them. Like show nameplate, I think it is.
So we'd have the decker go around to the other side,
Holy fuck, I'm huge now.
over here.
Of course.
Fucking, that's why we have such a big car, because I take up 2/3 of it.
Yeah,
I think
my
we need
character
to have
should
a
be a
seat.
bit bigger as well.
I think we need to have a seat on top of the car for the troll. You just so we can just ride on top.
No, we should just have like a... Make it into a convertible. Have him stick his head out the ceiling or something.
Alternatively, we can have a pickup truck.
No, not a pickup truck. We need a van. That way I can place armor on it.
What about a tank? Are tanks illegal to be driven around?
Fine, how about you get me an RV and I'll make it a tank?
Like, disarmed tanks are actually legal to drive around in some states. So, I mean, I can imagine the Shadowrun universe, unarmed tanks would be allowed, assuming you're not actually shooting anyone.
Gray areas. Alright,
Yeah.
so we know that the meeting is in here. I'd get out and stand right here. I presume I'm holding the engineer.
Yeah, do I have a token for the engineer?
No.
We did, but we decided he's not important now.
Yeah, I can't find him.
No worries. Just don't bring Super Cop.
Super Cop, the end of all golems everywhere.
Someone say golem?
No, don't summon your golem.
No, I didn't say golem, I said golem.
No, it's Super Cop.
It's just a bunch of guys.
Speaking of which,
like,
you reminded me. I need to bring around hats with me wherever we go, so I can put a hat on my golem, but I summon them.
Alright. Once you get out of the car, or are you staying in the car?
So
That
what do
golem's
we see
gonna
when we
be as
pull
awesome as my drones.
What do we see when we pull into the alleyway?
you see
One moment.
two guards.
My net is going to be activated on the car right here. So I have to roll for that assumingly, right? Just to make sure I don't get stressed.
Remember, guys, scream painfully in blood-curdling agony if you need a missile.
So I got a total of 4. I'm not sure what... I forget what the exact numbers were for not getting stressed.
Just write them down.
I can't find a good token for this guy, so I'll just use a copy.
Qichin, do you remember the modifiers we had for the mind net thing about when I get stressed, what I have to roll to avoid it and such?
I think it was in the Google Docs thing. I don't quite remember.
It might have been there.
If you have +4, I'm assuming it'd only be like a light wound.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was I have to take a stress when I cast it, and I might get another stress if I fuck up. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, speaking of stress, what do you put for stress for character creation? What do you put in stress?
You start with 2, and then depending on your body and your will, you can get more.
Oh, okay. I remember the numbers now. Okay, so Qichin, I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was I take 1 stress when I cast a spell, regardless, and then the DC of the spell is 1 for every person who is part of the mind net, and if I match the DC or exceed it, I don't take another stress. Is that what I think it was?
I think so, yeah.
So there's 4 of us, and I got a 4, so I barely passed. I don't take a stress, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 1 mental stress at the moment.
So we're on line
But yeah,
now?
you
Yes,
guys basically see it's a dark alleyway. It's you guys are meeting like in the early evening, where the pub is not completely full yet. There's 2 guards and a Mr. Johnson. There. And
Now let me just clarify, this Mr. Johnson is not the Mr. Johnson we know, right?
yeah,
Okay. This is like John Doe.
this is just some guy here to pick up the engineer.
Okay.
It might not even be the Mr. Johnson you guys talked to. It might just be someone else, but it's just pickup guy.
I think I'm done.
Hold on, Mr. Johnson was the guy who screwed us over. The guy who called us didn't give a name.
He was also just Mr. Johnson. Everyone's Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, different
So
Mr. Johnson.
I guess I'd motion to Slit to walk up with me, because no arms McGee isn't gonna look very threatening.
So when we got into the alleyway, we saw Mr. Johnson and 2 guards. And that I asked our decker if he sees anything at the other end of the alleyway.
Do I?
You are the decker, I'm assuming, or are you finally giving up on that?
No, yes, it's up to Qichin. Qichin, does he see anything else from the other vantage point?
No, not really. There's only a few cars on the road. People haven't gotten off work yet.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
Oh wait, I did see some. I saw a child biting a rat for a half-eaten apple.
Is he able to tell how busy the pub is?
You can just hop into the front door real quick if you want.
Yeah.
The front door.
The front door is the one by the corner, and the back door is the one by the dumpsters, where you are.
So I think I'm done. What do I do now? Do I just exit out of the character creation?
I'll check your character once we're done with the scene.
Okay.
So yeah,
But now you can listen to the chaos and mayhem.
I asked Rio to check to see how busy the pub is before we get out of the car. I want to know if there's anybody inside.
I didn't know what to put for contact, so I just put something random.
Yeah, we can still talk about that.
Over my net, I say leave 0 at the alleyway.
Okay, it's there. Just scream bloody murder and they'll shoot a missile down there.
Please no.
Do you have a problem with the missile?
We're all in the same zone, so yes.
And what is
Okay,
that?
so are you going into the pub?
I'll look in the window, see how busy it is, but I don't want to go in there.
You only see like 3 people sitting there at the tables, and a lone bartender. He's kind of minding his own business, so really not a lot of people.
To which I respond to the asinine question, is the pub busy? Meh, looks like a pub. Not really busy.
Okay.
Alright. So there's
So
2
I'm
guards.
the one walking forward, probably.
So we're standing. So this is the scene now, up till current.
Yeah.
All right. Face do your thing. Stay over mine now.
Oh yeah, we have the man you wanted. Do you have the info we need?
He takes a look at the engineer, who's still all like bound up, I think. Did you guys bind him?
His hands probably.
Yeah, probably just his hands. Maybe it's probably we probably did it gagged him as well to make sure he's not yelling out.
Yeah, he was in shock for most of it after we went on that rampaging killing spree. I'm pretty sure we carried him out of the building. I know I carried Papercorpse out of the building, but I can't remember if we carried the other guy out.
I
Yeah,
carried him
I
out
think
with my
yeah.
golem.
Your golem's so cool.
My golem is cool.
It is weak.
You say that, but my golem's punched someone's bottom half off before, so I mean...
Unintentionally.
Alright, so.
Alright, so yeah. He looks the engineer up and down, is like, yeah, that's our guy. So the engineer's all still very flustered. He's like, what the hell is going on?
He's gagged.
Oh. And Johnson knocks one of the guards, steps forward and grabs the engineer by the arm.
I'll let him take him.
Alright.
It's not like they can exactly escape with him.
Alright, the guard starts moving up the alley with the engineer. And the Johnson looks at you
Hold up,
guys.
don't leave with him yet until we get the info we need.
Well, the Johnson's still there. But he looks you guys up and down and is like, I suppose you guys fulfilled your end of the deal? And then he tosses a small pack toward you. Like a small bag.
Well, fuck. I can't catch it.
I catch it. I step forward and catch it.
Hey, he's useful.
Can I
say
roll
you're my
to
friend.
attempt to make it look intentional and my henchman catches it for me? I'm gonna roll for that.
I don't think you have to roll, it's pretty easy.
I just do this. I move up and I snatch it out of the air, and then just move back.
Okay. Do you check it?
Contents.
Yeah. Inside you find a chip, which you can slot into any pocket secretary, and a small cred stick.
I check both.
Alright, so you slot the cred stick, it has like 3,000 yen on it. and then you slot the chip, and sure enough, there's a bunch of files and info and other stuff on there.
Okay, I'd say over MindNet, this is what we need. Rio, move 0 out of the way.
Looks like you're good to go.
Alright. Johnson's like, that.
Thank him and we can be on our way.
Right, that concludes our business. Gives you a curtain on,
Yep.
and then starts moving up the alley.
Want to just head to a pub down the street and look at the info on this?
We could head
Not
back to
you.
the safe house.
I think we should go back to the safe. I wouldn't want to look at this out in the open.
By the way,
Oh,
Slip,
yeah.
you're not riding in the car. You're riding my motorcycle. Actually, I can ride it now. I'm conscious.
Why did we need to have someone on a motorcycle?
Because
No, I
ride
rode
it.
his motorcycle back because he was not moving because I carried him out of the building.
Yeah, I couldn't ride my motorcycle at that point. So, but I always ride around on my motorcycle. I don't ride in the car typically.
You have something? You have a problem with the car? Huh?
I like gas.
Alright, back to the safe house again where we can reattempt healing and figure out what this info is.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So first off, let's steal the
Do the
healing.
info
So
first.
Yeah, so while you guys do
No
that,
need to interrupt this whole flow of info and storyline here. Let's continue with the what's on this chip? What not chip, what's the things?
yeah. So you have a the main file is some sort of like personal data, or like person data file, where you get like a picture and name and some other info like birth date, where you work, blah blah blah, all that on your target. And the other stuff is itinerary from the past month, and a couple of business meeting entries or like other important entries, notifications that kind of prove that yes, this dude actually did contact you guys and hired you for the run and all that. So this is the guy you're looking for.
Alright. So we can go after him once we figure out exactly how to go after him.
I
Pretty
ran
much.
to the group. The question raises is there any need to go after this guy? We got the 10,000 Nguyen from his guy. You know, we got it
Okay,
off him.
First of all, two things: professional pride and more money.
Okay,
Yeah, and you know, he did try to kill us. So there's that.
true, but that comes with the job. You're gonna tell
No,
me-
Yeah. What else comes with the job and payback?
Like, if someone tries to kill you, you should probably get up the reputation that people who betray you don't get off easy, because then you won't get as much betrayals later.
Pot is satisfied with that answer.
I think we should at least figure out who the hell this dude is, so just in case he tries to make
Yeah.
another move on us later on, you know, we can figure out how to get back at him.
So do we want to research how to get to this guy?
I think that's the Decker's job.
I would like to take a picture and go contact my
Fixing it now.
or keep talking at work too. I would like to take a picture and contact Zahira.
Take a picture of what?
The guy and contact my informant and see if they have any information on him.
You guys can just copy the files.
Okay.
So-
We could also contact Sweet Dave, maybe. He might be able to help?
We got the information from Sweet Dave before. I don't know that he'd have much more. I'm thinking more set up a run to go get this guy.
Yeah.
We have all the information we could ever need on him right here.
We
what
have
is
like
the
a
name
small
of the
downtime, right? I'm assuming, which is preparation for the run.
Yeah.
Right. Time to do the thing I've been threatening to do for a while now. Time to get my anti-material rifle.
Oh god.
Oh, I thought you were just going to come out.
No, you know why I want the anti-material rifle? Because magic in this has the potential to enchant objects with spells. So what if I enchant the rifle rounds with spells that activate on impact?
It's gonna cost a lot of money.
It does. I have a high resource skill.
You sure do.
You want to roll that quickly?
Yep. I do resources would be one of the best skills. Fuck. No!
Wow!
I have a
You're gonna
tier
slice
1. Could not find anti-material rifle, I guess. I'm sad.
Not at a good price.
Not one
no.
that's cheap enough anyways.
Alright.
I
If
cry
this is
on
our
my
bit of-
money.
If this is our bit of downtime before we start planning the run, probably now would be a good time to try and heal up again.
Delicious cheers.
By the way, I do have a couple ideas of magic, Qichin, that I'm not sure if they would work. I'll type them while everyone else wants to talk.
Okay.
Oh.
Also, I'll
so-
look through the character.
Slip. For the healing, because if I try and roll advantage for myself being healed, it'll be higher. How about Slip rolls the advantage for Rio to try and heal me, and then I roll the advantage for Rio to try and heal me.
Could someone check if that hasn't happened already? See if what I made's good or not? Because I don't know how it works yet.
So you're playing a Vengeful Elf Shaman. Do you have some kind of idea for a short history?
Yes. I have like 2 paragraphs in mine. It just doesn't
Okay.
let me edit bio.
It doesn't?
Oh wait, dude. I did not see the edit button. I'm done.
Okay. So yeah,
Wow, I'm an idiot.
Alright,
Work
so
on
if we
that.
want to try and do the healing, let's try and do ninjas first. So I'll try and roll and to create an advantage for Rio to heal him. So I have to hit 2. I hit it. So you get a +1 to your roll. Rio. You have 2, so no, that only comes out to
2
1.
with 2 plus 1, so it's 1.
Wait, why'd only one of you? Whatever, never mind.
Because I succeeded, I gave him the advantage roll.
True enough, I guess. You can use it to reroll instead of adding +2.
I think we should use a 3-roll. What do you think?
You go for it.
That's
It is now a
much better.
3!
Yep, so yeah, you get it.
What?
Wait,
no,
no, you don't.
still
Never mind.
3.
Plus,
I have to hit
yeah.
4.
Those arms.
I pat
So-
him on the back, give
The
him a
first
new
thing-
bottle of vodka, and then say, "We'll get you soon, buddy."
It's kind of collapsed on my bed with the bottle of vodka upside down over my face.
Alright,
Here,
Like,
the new invention is Twisty Straw.
alright. So,
But yeah, Qichin, those 2 spell effects.
And then,
where did you type them?
In the chat.
Slip, if
Roll
you would
point
like to try and create an advantage turn to heal me, I'd be most grateful. No. Okay.
I don't actually know if spells like that are... I've never seen anything like that in Shadowrun.
Alright, Rhea, let's do this.
Okay, pray to whatever deities you will like.
What about a similar effect? Instead of slowing or affecting time, what about a spell which can speed up reactions of a person? So the equivalent of affecting time, just basically someone that has faster reactions?
That might work, actually.
You're speeding up someone's perception of time, for example?
Yeah, or just speeding them up in general. That probably
So,
works.
we are not healed. Alright, so Pod pours over all the information. Does this information have like schedules of any upcoming meetings or like what he does in his day-to-day basis, where he goes?
You can figure that out in the Matrix.
It has...
Well, we have all the information right in front of us.
Yeah, it does
So
have
if
a schedule point that is pretty interesting. Like, he's not from Seattle, he flew in to Seattle, and he's flying out again in 3 days.
anything else?
Nothing other important, no meetings or anything marked, only the flight.
Does it have a location where he is staying?
It does, actually. He's staying at a Teltronics company hotel thingy, like where CEOs and other people can stay while on business trips.
Okay, so I think we need to look into this hotel, security. Does it have a room number?
No.
Okay.
But the hotel is not very big.
Guys, I think we need to find his secretary, because I have an idea. I'm assuming he has a secretary, unless he's not even a big wig person.
How would we find out the information of who the secretary is?
The Matrix. Basically, we need to figure out how people would normally get an appointment with him, like from within his own company. Because I have an idea. It would be like it would be much better to get in through diplomacy and mind control than to just fight our way in this time around.
Fair enough. Rio, could you look for that information?
I could, but I'm just gonna say this, that if he's staying in a hotel, he's probably not expecting any meetings or anything like that, so... Just saying.
He flew all the way over here to attend some sort of meeting, most likely. He's gonna have a secretary, probably. Or someone used to contact him. If we can go through official channels, and even if they won't let us normally, we can just mind control the person who is supposed to let people go to him through official channels. Then we can talk to him without having to deal with any of the security at the hotel.
Alright. So you're gonna try and look for that? What's your decking?
You don't actually roll decking right away. You first roll investigation to kind of try and find what you're looking for. And if it's hidden behind something big...
Actually I have a stunt where I use decking instead of investigation when I'm jacked into the Matrix.
Oh, well then go ahead and use decking.
What is your decking? 4?
4.
So that's a 2? Does he find anything?
I'm tempted to just spend some edge just for the hell of it.
If you want. Like it's a fair difficulty, so you can find a little bit at some cost. Probably means that someone knows that you are looking for this info.
Okay.
Unless you want to spend some edge.
We don't want them to know.
Yeah, okay, we're going with the edge spending.
What's your edge?
2?
You lost
That's
some
a
edge.
place one. Yeah, place one down.
You're now merely Knuckles on the Edgehog scale.
Alright. Let's see this roll.
So reroll or +2?
+2 makes it safe, right? May as well just go +2.
Or that!
I'm gonna blame you, Qichin. You gave me your bad luck.
Reroll. Like, you could have just done +2 and it would have been fine.
I didn't hear that. You just said reroll.
No, a reroll or +2, that's standard for spending edge.
But what do I do to word? I didn't see magic skills in any of the Google Docs.
We talked about +2 being the safe bet.
And when was the last time we played?
Like a month ago.
I mean, like
Alright,
Magic is in the skill list.
Oh, I didn't see it there. Whoops.
can we retcon that, Kappa?
Whoops.
Hey, Qichin, what if I roll a D100 and it goes above, like, 70? We could retcon that.
Now, if you want, I'll let you spend the +2 instead. Just scratch that reroll.
Okay, so it's a +4. So, great.
Yeah. Which means you find the info no problem. Nothing extra, nothing bad.
So, we found the contact information for his secretary, pretty much.
Yeah, you found the contact information, working hours, office, all that fun stuff that you find about a secretary.
Let's go to the physical location. I don't have the ability to mind control someone over the phone.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyways.
So, is she at, like, an office building, or does she have her own...
Automatically assumed she.
Well, she does work in the Teltronics office. But she doesn't work in Seattle.
Oh, so we'll have to go through
Because
phone
her
then.
boss is not from Seattle, he's here on a business trip.
I was hoping the secretary would have come with him.
Ninja, do you have some, do you have some really good face skills as far as, like, deception and all
Yes, I am the face.
that? Okay, so we need you to call her,
The face with 2 broken arms.
or it. I'll say it. I shouldn't assume it's a female, but it. And,
I mean, it could be a robot for all we know, robot secretary.
it could be, you know, and we need you to convince this secretary to give us
I need a
something.
little more minute. So, what was Teltronics company all about again? What do they do?
Like household
Telecommunication.
Yeah, telecommunication, that thing. Which is kind of in their name.
And Mr. Johnson, who is no longer Mr. Johnson, what is he in charge of actually in the company?
The CEO.
He's CEO of the where do we put him? The Boston branch.
Yeah, but I'm assuming he's in charge of something specific.
Yeah, he's in charge of R&D, like special R&D in Boston.
All right,
Tell
I've
him
got the
that,
best idea then. I've got the best idea. We're gonna say we've we found some lost blueprints for a new design of phone in one of their office spaces that they had used for a meeting, and we'd like to return it to him. Perfect.
But Okay. Okay.
Well, what was your idea?
Well, the thing is he could have a goon come get that. What if we told him that?
But that doesn't matter because we can then mind control the goon, have the goon bring us to him.
Okay, fair enough.
The point is to have physical contact with someone who is able to get us to him.
Okay. Try to get him though, if we can.
Well, what is probably going to happen is it's just actually we can probably just tell him melee. Fuck.
How about we heard that they're having problems with their new design because we know that his phone wasn't finished because we've seen it, and you have the remedy for that or something. Like we have a decker who's really good.
We probably get redirected to the human resources department.
Tell him that, or tell the secretary that it'd be important that he sees it, as he is the head of research and development. Tell him we have a elite hacksaw decker who found a way to make it work. And I know it's lying, but we gotta play it off somehow.
I don't think the problem was the phone couldn't work in the first place. I think it could work, it's just it wasn't anything special.
Then we know a way to make it special.
No, it's not even that it wasn't special, it's like it's not finished.
Doesn't matter, he doesn't know it.
Well,
like
you could
prototype
try.
Just
try and convince her to get us a meeting with him. Contact him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That's our best bet, though.
It interested. I mean, honestly, going in there and saying, "Hey, we know about your phone that was stolen, and we want to talk to you about it," is like totally
that's
not.
what I'm saying. Like, play it by ear as far as the reasoning to get a meeting. Just try and set up a meeting using deception and whatnot first.
Yeah.
Use all your facey abilities.
Alright, well, I'll do the call then.
Alright. GM.
So you're calling.
So I think we'll go with the which plan did we want to go with? Do we want to go with the found missing prototype, or do we want to go with what was I don't even remember really.
Like I said, if it comes to it, then go with a story. But if you can just convince her, just using your roles to convince her to give us a meeting with him, that'd be most preferable.
Alright, what was his name again? Like actual name?
Oh,
Pete Jones.
Pete Jones.
Alright, so Mr. Jones would be his job title then.
Yes.
So we're calling the secretary.
Secretary's name?
I don't think we know the secretary's name, nor does it really matter.
Okay, fair enough.
Miss Secretary. Oh no, Mrs. Stewart or something like that.
Alright.
Yeah. So I'll just say, I'd like to arrange a meeting with Mr. Jones in Seattle.
How do you know he was in Seattle?
We've been in contact with him before, but we lost contact. We lost the mutual contacts.
Okay, and who are you?
Say
Your name's Antonio Montana.
No, hold on. Say you work, or
Wait, no. Best idea. My name is Mr. Johnson.
Okay. I wasn't aware that Mr. Jones was in contact with anyone like that.
It's a new contact. We had a mutual contact over here bring us together. That's
I think this is where roles come in.
quite useful discussions. Yeah, I'll do the role here now, I guess.
Yeah,
We'd like to have
they're good here.
We'd like to have an in-person meeting, if possible. I'd like to have an in-person meeting.
What are you rolling against?
You're rolling
this is
against my roll.
Bullshit versus
I have my diplomacy of 3, I think. Yeah.
Diplomacy, like con or etiquette or. Oh, you're using etiquette?
Etiquette. Yeah. So,
I'm not sure etiquette fits.
I'm trying to make this as official as possible and make her believe the officialness of it. That would be etiquette, right?
Official.
I guess I would have said con because you're like lying to her.
But he's doing it to match, because we're dirty Shadowrunners, you know. He's trying to make it sound like he belongs in this higher.
No,
society.
if you want to sound like you belong in this, what you gotta do is, of course, someone of your position did not know of it. You gotta be an ass. Go your way.
What?
Alright, so he uses etiquette.
Alright, I'll let it go through for this time. Next time I think we'll have to kind of talk about that beforehand. Because that's the reason there's like con and etiquette.
I don't have con.
Exactly. Why don't you have con? But yeah, so...
con. How do I con people? No, but
even so though, even if you had used your non-existent con, you would have made it because it would have been a tie. So,
so, because he passed by, what, 3 shifts?
By the way, we're gonna, we should do this, we should immediately go to the hotel, because one of two things is gonna happen. Either we get the meeting and we go in and meet with him, that's the best case scenario. There are 2 other possibilities. One is that he sets a trap for us, because the secretary told him and he's suspicious. Or he actually tries to run away.
Well, if his secretary just puts it in his schedule, his itinerary, you know, I'm sure it's just like meeting with Mr. Johnson. You know.
No. The itinerary is probably formed by the start of the day. He'd probably be informed personally of any changes to the itinerary.
I don't think the secretary is going to arrange a meeting that quick. It could probably be the next day.
yeah,
But
she's still a bit suspicious. It's like there was nothing in his itinerary about Mr. Johnson or any of his meeting books.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't know about Mr. Johnson. Maybe you should have checked under heading S&M Club.
What?
Qichin, this was 3 shifts over. She shouldn't be suspicious at all. Like, he passes with flying colors.
Well, yeah, okay, if you do want to use etiquette. Well, okay, I'll let it pass this time. So yeah, okay. It's fairly late already, but I can set up a meeting. I can contact Mr. Jones first thing tomorrow.
That'll be wonderful. Where should we meet him? Should I meet them, rather? I keep saying we.
That would depend on Mr. Jones himself.
I just nudge him and, like, on a piece of paper it says, ask her to give us a call for the location.
Yeah, if you could contact us back about the location, that would be great.
Very well. Was there anything else?
No, that's it. Have a wonderful day.
Alright. She hangs up. So yeah, next time you're trying to con someone, you need to use con.
I need to get a perk, and so I don't need to use con.
Yeah, you can buy a stunt.
I need to get that stunt because I have literally +0.
All this is what you get for taking diplomacy. You should have been calling instead of trying to be nice.
But that doesn't match my background at all.
Your background was
so-
stealing stuff from a company.
My background is I'm a researcher for a company, magic researcher. Why would I know how to con?
What, you never heard of cranky honorary researchers?
No, it's a
Alright,
process.
so trying to keep this on track is like herding cats. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we wait for the call? I'm guessing Slip's gonna be off doing his underground shit. I'm gonna be resting. Actually, I'm gonna go to a clinic and try and get some healing.
Just
I'm
street
gonna-
talk, you mean?
With bio.
Yeah, I just read
I'm
it.
going to start research into a new spell that I want to work on.
Alright.
How long is
Qichin-
spell creation going to take, Qichin?
Hmm?
How long are we going to make spell creation take? Want to just like set like it'd be a month of work to create a spell or something like that?
Yeah.
Or do you want to have it shorter?
I'd say like a session or two.
Yeah, something like that. Kind of
Well,
also
it depends
depends on how
how much
powerful
downtime
the
we have.
spell. Yeah. You typically get like a week or two of downtime between runs. So yeah, like Paper said, 2, maybe 3 sessions.
Alright,
Alright,
so
the spell I want to work on is something that increases someone's perception of time.
Okay.
Like speeds it up. What it basically does is make the entire rest of the world seem slower to the person who I cast it on.
Okay. I see.
What would the gameplay effect be though?
An increase to targeting rolls, both melee and increase to. Well, it would be basically like a 1 or 2 round bonus to dodging and aiming of whatever weapon you're using.
Okay.
I can see it. A buff. We found the bard guys.
I'm doing it so I can snipe better.
Oh, okay. Can I find a clinic?
It's hard.
Looking at you, Mr. GM.
You wanted to find a street doc?
Just like a small clinic, or I could just go to the hospital. Well, that's fine too.
Yes, the hospital.
Hospital.
The thing that I've been suggesting since the start of the session.
Yep.
As
Those
a
are
runner.
that are
Well, I don't have physical injuries. I'm like really drained. I mean, you gotta realize, I fit into any situation. I am wearing a really nice suit, so I look clean cut and all that. I don't stick out as he's a filthy street rat.
Yeah, but do you have a system identification number?
Yeah.
I think everyone does here except me.
I do.
Well, most people don't have one. Like, most runners don't have
Well,
one. I think you do
I
because you
work
used to work
for-
legit.
I
Yeah,
work
okay,
for-
you have one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could go to a hospital.
Wait a minute. Well, if you're talking about Domas there, wasn't I supposed to like erase his entire background and everything?
Oh yeah,
including
Domas
his
has no
system
system. Domas has
No,
none,
that's
but
That's
Pod
Ninja.
has one.
Yeah, I do because I work for Area Macro Technologies. So I go to the hospital, and everything should be routine.
Make a resource check.
Say
What's
that you're
wrong
there
with
for
your
treated for exhaustion.
1.
1. Yeah. That's not gonna be enough money.
Huh?
That's not gonna be enough money to pay the hospital.
You realize I have 3 grand new in my pocket right now.
Do you know how much hospitals cost in a dystopian future?
Of the 80.
Especially hospitals in America where you don't have all that free healthcare.
Especially if there's no healthcare anymore, I don't think. Because Shadowrun.
How much would it be?
Now, if you want just a street doctor, that may be cheaper.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they tell me the cost, and I'm like, well, fuck that. And I go find a street doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
They do the really cliche ho 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 behind their
I look
hand
for
as
one-
you walk out. Such a poor.
I look for one that has, like, that looks like, I don't want to say legit, but you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't look like some grummy bum on the corner. He's just like,
I mean,
Delia.
you used to be in a fighting ring, you know a street doc.
Oh, yeah, I just go to Slip's place. I'm sure Slip has a doctor on staff. The fighting thing.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go there. We'll call the doctor. He's a Japanese man. His name is Mr. Togepi.
Okay.
I go up to him and I say, hey, I was wondering if I could get some healing done.
Dr. Roboto.
Should have gone to Dr. Mario down the street. Throws down a billion pills in your throat.
Or when I walk up, I bow to him first, as respect. I say I was looking to get some healing done.
Okay, again, he'll either take cash or perhaps a favor.
How much cash?
Well, again, that would be a resource roll. See if you can actually afford and negotiate low enough.
-1.
Okay, you can also just promise a favor in the future.
Yeah, okay, I promise a favor.
Don't! Now you owe a favor to the mob!
It's Slip's mob, it can't be that bad.
Oh, famous last words.
Alright, so...
Yeah, so I
He's
tell
not
him that
bad.
I don't have the money, but I can... You can call on me for a favor in the future. Definitely.
Alright, yeah, he'll accept that.
Thank you.
And then you can change your consequence to something representing that it's recovering.
As
Recovering.
pods laid out on the table with the doc working on them, I peeked my head in because I didn't know he showed up, and I was like, "Hey doc, who's the new stiff you got working on over there?"
I look over and be like, hey, fuck you. And then I tell him,
Patients
hey,
are supposed to be quiet.
I look at him and I say, hey Zach, go get a couple drinks, they're on me.
So
I was
you
like,
don't
"Dude,
have money
you
to pay
other-
for operation. You have money to pay for drinks. You strange orc.
For me, I don't have enough money to pay you. That's why I'm gonna do the favor. Actually, you know what, Zach? 3 drinks and I'm going to.
Are you okay? What? You're offering drinks to a doctor?
That's why I said after he's done. He works in an underground fighting pit. Come on.
I look at the doctor before I walk out, and I give him a wink, and I was like, "Hook him up good," and just keep walking.
Just like replace his arm or something so he can't do his added powers anymore.
Give him a cybernetic pocket that automatically
Alright.
deletes all money.
No,
It's like,
he's gonna inject him with some drugs and like hop him up on a bunch of drugs and get him hooked, so that way I have a new customer.
I'm gonna be back in just a moment.
You fool! Now they're gonna harvest your organs, and you'll wake up in a tub full of ice.
Qichin, does it go to a mild wound? or a mild consequence?
No, it still occupies the slot, but it's no longer completely drained. It's something less bad.
Slightly tired.
Yeah.
Can I do like a resource roll to convince the doctor behind the scenes to like get him addicted to drugs?
Okay. Here we go.
That, well, Paper would have to answer if he's willing to play out that whole thing.
Yeah, we can play it out. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, then go
We'll
ahead.
play the shit out of this.
Oh, never mind. It's not gonna work. I can't convince the doctor of shit.
Okay.
He's like, you care about fighting ring. I care about the patient.
Good guy.
I just throw my hands up in disgust and walk out,
Okay.
grumbling about waffle.
Because of your size, you actually punch the ceiling.
And knock out a light that was in the operating room.
Exactly. Alright. So,
Doctor's like, you pay for that?
Shut up, doctor.
I was gonna say, it's his building. It's Zap's building. Of course he pays for it.
Yeah, but I rent out his services to keep my fighters in tip-top shape.
So, I get that done. I sit and have a drink with Zap and the doctor. He'll join us and wait for the call, or wait for Ninja's call that he got the call. And we can head over.
Yeah. May I suggest we do that next session, like the whole info and planning and so on?
Yeah, we can. It'd be better to do it that time. Right now, we could work on Waltz's.
Yes. Waltz's character. So.
Alright, so for the stream, everybody goodbye. Thank you to Rogan23 for being a real fan. Appreciate you, buddy.
Indeed. So yeah.